I did a separate videos about Tyreek Hill when he's talking about him and Patrick Mahomes. There's gonna be another football one about Tyreek Hill because he went on and talking about what he would have done to Deion Sanders, how he'd put 175 yards and two tubes on him. If I actually, he probably would diss Daryl Green too and Rod Woodson. No, Daryl Green never got outran by nobody. You might get some yards on Daryl Green. You ain't outrunning him. But Deion Sanders, Tyreek Hill, and if I didn't do it before, I'm gonna do it again. I, you know, I don't like the disrespect of our legendary athletes or players, especially black on black. You know, the people that are always trying to talk trash about, be it Michael Jordan or Magic or, you know, talking about certain era, talking about they weren't this and that, or Bill Russell gets this or this or that. You can't possibly look at stuff and say that. Or in music, when you hear people talk about Chris Brown better than Michael Jackson, why they do this to black entertainers and athletes? They don't do that to white folks. They don't do that to say that, but they make it a point to downplay. You ain't never heard nobody use a white athlete and say, "Oh, I think that," or give me somebody to pick with. I got to think of somebody. So and so was better than Babe Ruth. You know, that they're gonna come along and say, "Oh yeah, Mike Trout would have been better than Babe Ruth." They're not gonna come out and say that. You know, not gonna come out and say no mess like that. They're not gonna come out and say, "Oh, Roger Clemens and Nolan Ryan were better than Cy Young." They're not gonna say that. But black athlete people come out and teams always got something to say. Deion Sanders was so great that quarterbacks didn't even throw his way. He's the only guy I ever known that on a Sunday could rock a do rag and it wouldn't come out. Not a hair out of place, his curl and his regular, because they didn't want the pick six. They didn't want that high stepping. He'd step on your routes. Jerry Rice had to do it by the rack because that's what you did. You weren't being Dion by trying to burn him. And Tyreek Hill should know he wouldn't have that kind of success because I seen him against certain teams. He didn't eat on the field. You know. You gotta have quarterbacks, you gotta have the right system. Doesn't always work like you just go burn. You know, that's a disrespect. Deion Sanders was great for a reason. Primetime was the cornerback for a reason that everybody gave dap to because Deion put the work in. He studied your routes. Deion Sanders was kind of like what Peyton Manning would do on offense. He called out your plays. He was watching your mannerisms when you would break on routes. And you very seldom got the best of him, especially in his prime too. Are you kidding me? And Tyreek Hill ain't the half the player Deion was because Deion was doing kickoffs, punt returns, and sometimes playing wide out. He was that versatile. He was a game changer. Deion left the 49ers and the Cowboys back-to-back years and won chips. Tyreek Hill left Kansas City and got knocked out in the first round 2 straight years. Patrick Mahomes won 2 rings. You tell me how you compare yourself to a corner at that, a guy who played multiple positions at that, a guy who was already prime time in Atlanta and was making names and was big time on 3 different squads. And he helped leading 2 teams to winning world titles. So make it make sense, Tyreek. You're talented and you're great for your era, but to sit up here and say what you would do, this is the Lulu talk, just kind of like the stuff that Gilbert Arenas does and the kind of stuff Kanye West do. It's like you fall into Lulu land because you weren't that dude. Bad, yeah, not that dude. Please like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep in mind, clear, watch out for another. Share the video if you like, and please hit that membership when you do. The videos you request, I bring them back to you. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay focused, stay on, stay aware. Back one.